Hi guys, this is Mr. Tan and we're looking at business strategy today, and we're going to just look at the Ansoff model and positioning strategies in terms of other companies. Even though we've looked at Porter's 5 Force, you can still try and map out the positioning of your company in relation to other companies. So we're going to have a look at this. So there is a video here, but I will leave that for the time being. So let's look at positioning. After you've done your kind of like your Porter's 5 Force model, the next thing you kind of want to do is to kind of position your company in terms of your industry in relation to a positioning map. And I've taken the example here of a hotel positioning map. So in the top left corner you would have high quality, high price. Top right corner you would have low quality, high price, kind of like a rip-off strategy. And then the bottom right you would have low quality and low price, and then on the bottom left you would have high quality and low price, which is really an unsustainable strategy. And then in the middle you can see here, because I'm relating it to the hotel industry in terms of how many stars it has, as it has a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5-star hotel rating. And really what we need to do is to see where your company sits within this in this instance the hotel positioning map, where your company sits. So if we were to take the competition and the hotels, and then we can try and map out all the types of hotels and where they actually sit within this positioning map. You've got hotels like Rosewood Hotel, the Savoy, Shangri-La Hotel, the Dorchester, the Four Seasons, and various hotels, the Hotel Cafe Royal in London. You have Hilton hotels, you have travel lodges, you have Marriott hotels, and you have Mel Mason hotels, and you have all these hotels that charge obviously different prices, and they also have different star ratings. So the interesting thing would be to actually see where your company sits within a positioning map. So this is something that you need to try and incorporate into your work as well. So after you've done a Porter's 5 Force model, you should do a positioning map and map out exactly, in terms of high quality, high price, low quality, high price, low quality, low price, and high quality, low price, where your company sits, and doing the market analysis in terms of, the cost of the average products within those companies in terms of where they actually sit. Even if you was to apply it to mobile phones, then you would say to yourself, well, where does the high quality, high price, who are the high quality, high price mobile phones out there? Obviously, the different price structure for mobile phones, but obviously that would be Huawei and and iPhones would be in that category. But likewise, you would plot out all the different competition with the different prices, and where your company sits, and then you can see kind of like what kind of strategy you're kind of opting for and where you actually sit in the whole global perspective. So have a go at that, and incorporate this into your work. We also have the matrix, the Ansoff model matrix. Now, the Ansoff matrix, reviews kind of like products and services in terms of, existing products into existing markets, market penetration, existing products into new markets, market development, and new products into existing markets, which is new products and services, and new products into new marketplaces. So even if we look at Tesco's, for example, and we review market penetration, how has Tesco's managed to increase their market penetration? Well, in the foods market, they have tailor-made different stores to target different types of people within the UK. You have the Tesco's Metro stores in high streets, and you have the Tesco's Ultra stores. You have the Tesco's Express stores, predominantly linked in with petrol stations and service stations and out of town areas. You have Tesco's online delivery to your door, and you also have Tesco's superstores, basically based in retail parks where people actually take more shopping. And each of these different types of stores actually target a different type of person, and meeting their individual needs. So the metro stores on high streets may be for people spending 10, 15, 20 minutes maximum, maybe doing a few days shopping, and also for people who are working in companies to get their lunches for ready-made meal deals and so on and so forth. You've got the superstores, where people drive out to a retail park and may spend, minimum 1 hour, or 1.5 hours, 2 hours sometimes, doing their shopping, filling up their basket, right to doing, maybe a 2 weekly or longer period of shopping. And then you have the express stores. Express stores is really for people to kind of get something that is out of stock. So they go in, get something out of stock. And these prices on the Tesco's Express stores are a little bit more expensive than the normal superstores or the metro stores. So the pricing is different because you're paying for the convenience. And then you have the Tesco's online stores, and so really you've got great market penetration, and you've got these 5 different types of stores, including the Tesco's online, targeting different segments of the market and for different needs, really gaining good market penetration. But having said that, Tesco's is also facing huge competition over the last 10 years from Aldi and Lidl, taking away 10% of their market share. And then you have like existing products into new markets, and we've seen with Tesco's going into other countries in terms of new markets where they may not be in terms of market development. And we've seen Tesco's in the past go into the US, and try to compete against Walmart, but unfortunately they didn't and were not able to compete against Walmart. And subsequently, they had to pull out, losing £2 billion. One, they couldn't compete against Walmart in the first place, and two, they got their portion sizes wrong because they didn't take into consideration the needs of the American marketplace. And then you've got like new products into existing marketplaces. So again, you might have a variation of different types of foods, targeting the existing marketplace. So we've seen a development of Asian foods and foreign foods coming into Tesco's, and especially in those Tesco stores which are heavily populated in an area, or black and Asian or mixed cultures. And so Tesco's now have kind of like developed their product range in terms of foods and services, with new foods and services targeting different consumers' needs within that market location where they are situated. So you've got new products and services. And likewise, Tesco's have got new products into new marketplaces. They've come up with Tesco's mobile, Tesco's insurance, and Tesco's banking. So you've got all these different types of new products in terms of diversification. So we can see here, it's not one strategy Tesco's have opted for, but a variety of different strategies. But obviously it depends on the size of the company, it depends on how long they've been into business, and it depends upon their overall strategy in terms of what they want to do. If you look at Zara in terms of market development, they had their existing market penetration within Spain, but then they opted for market development in other countries, and subsequently we can see Zara adopting, having over 2,000 stores in countless countries, turning over 20 billion per annum. So again, what is your strategy and where is it that you want to go? Market leadership now, market leadership, is the position of a company with the largest market share or highest profitability margin in a given market for goods and services. Market share may be measured by either the volume of goods sold or the value of those goods. The market leadership, is a particularly useful and relevant concept in the internet age, where first movers in the market can quickly gain monopolies for services or products. Examples of digital market leadership include, You tell me, what does it include? Addition. So when we look at market leadership, try if you can come up with a definition for a market leader. So a definition of a market leader includes brand, product or firm that has the largest percentage of total sales revenue, the market share of a market. A market leader often dominates its competitors in customer loyalty, distribution, coverage, image, perceived value, price, profit, and promotional spending. Advantages of market leadership. They can enjoy many advantages, including premium price due to the leader status, lower product cost due to economies of scale because they're selling more, especially if you look at iPhone, and they manufacture their iPhones in China, and it is said that the average cost of a new iPhone is around £20. So and they sell it for near £1,000. More favourable distribution terms due to the channel demands. Easy access to decision makers of their target customers, and to get to be included in customers' future plans, and more publicity due to the leadership status. Easy to recruit the best talents because it has can advance people's careers. So now we look at some of these terms. Survival. So think about these terms for yourself, and we're going to be discussing these in future lessons. And can you give us the definition, or give me the definition of survival and its importance, and its use in terms of strategic positioning? Mergers and acquisitions. I mean, what are mergers and acquisitions? Can you define this? What is the importance of mergers and acquisitions? And can you give me some examples of companies that have, are used and are using, or currently, or are going to use mergers and acquisitions in their future strategy? And what is the use in strategic positioning? Expansion into the global marketplace. Again, I want you to think about the importance and the use of strategic positioning, because again, we're going to develop these topic areas further. So thank you today from Mr. Tan.